iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series fires things off right here at Homestead Miami Speedway to open up the round of 8 in their 2022 chase for the championship. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside. Hope everybody had a safe and happy holidays. These drivers looking to cap off their holidays with a race win. We've got a lot of fast drivers still left out here tonight, out qualifying. Looks like the 89 of Patrick Stein is out there qualifying. Few drivers already laying down some laps. Track temperature dropping a little bit from happy hour. 114 degrees in happy hour, just sitting at 107. And we'll go ahead and throw up some of that qualifying information over there to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see Cody Richardson sitting top of the speed charts. 33:03 is the quick time so far here tonight for Richardson. We did see a 32:89 in happy hour. Will we see another fast lap like that in qualifying? Stein still out there. A few other drivers still out there. I tell you what, why don't we see if we, looks like all of those drivers going to bring their lap to a close, and Richardson going to lead the field for now. Looking at the driver entries here tonight, we do not have the driver that has been on a tear as of late. Frank DiMaggio, that 95 fast as always, but not here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. DiMaggio going to victory lane. I do believe it has been the past 3 races in a row, opening up that round of 12. And just absolutely demolishing the field as far as the race wins are concerned. Mike Stiverson going to go top of the speed chart. 33 flat is the fast time here in qualifying. 10-minute session. 3 minutes already off of the stopwatch. Some heavy hitters still yet to get out there for their qualifying time. Crank Bell, Coleridge, Finmore, Christopher Dean. He's yet to put in his qualifying lap. Jason Dalton, watch out for that double deuce. He was fastest in happy hour. That 32:89 was turned in by Dalton right near the end of happy hour. So look for him to look for the right cloud coverage, look for the right temperatures out there with the track, and look for him to lay down another fast lap and give himself a shot at sitting on the pole. There you go. We break down into the 32-second mark. Tom Richter going to go top the speed charts with the 34. Betty Crocker machine, 32:96 is the fast time. Andrew Koska, he's getting out on track. Tell you what, why don't we watch Koska on his opening laps here. 47 just coming off of pit road. Koska, one of those drivers sitting in the round of 8. His championship hopes are still alive. If you looked at the chase grid, which we'll run that down here with the points here in 1 second, Koska sitting above that cutoff line. We have just started the round of 8, so things can change mighty quickly, very rapidly over the course of the next 3 races. But for now, Koska above that cut line. He joins Jason Dalton, Crank Bell, and Coleridge Finmore sitting at the top of those 8 drivers vying for the championship still. Andrew Caldwell, Christopher Dean, Cody Richardson, and Cole Gray. That's going to be the bottom 4 rolling in to race number 14. That's right, race number 4 of the championship chase. And what a way to end the 2021 calendar year, huh? Now going out with a bang right here in beautiful sunny Homestead, Miami. What a place, I'm telling you. Miami-Dade County, you got it going on. A little too expensive for my blood, but, you know, hey, love to come visit. Koska going to go 4th on the speed charts with his first time lap down into 3 and 4. Once again, you can see him hugging that white line down at the bottom. Progressive banking will allow these drivers to work their way up the track without losing a ton of momentum and ground. He's going to cross the start-finish line. Go 2nd on the speed charts. Great time lap there. 32:99 on the speed charts for him. Tell you what, we do got another camera out there. Let's jump back with the 22. Just coming off of pit road. Dave Sanders in the 77 also joining him, coming out on the track 6 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session, and the door is still wide open. Can anybody do away with Tom Richter sitting at the top of the speed charts? And as we've mentioned, Tom Richter on the top of the speed charts. If you remember, before the holiday break, we hit the track at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the cutoff race. There, the round of 12. The famous Brickyard is what whittled the field down from 12 to 8. And we will no longer see a repeat champion. The 34 of Tom Richter out of the championship hunt here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And he's looking to play spoiler here from this moment on. Richter, top of the speed charts, 32.96 is the fast time. Does anybody have anything in their back pocket for it? Dalton only good enough for 5th with his first time lap. He'll work off of turn 4 this time around. Gonna cross the stripe. Can he pick up enough? At the line, where's he go? He improves, but only good enough for 4th. So Dalton not able to take that happy hour speed and turn it into qualifying speed. Jump out there with Crank Bell as he's on his qualifying laps, just getting up to speed. I believe his bell will drop that for 1 second. What do you say? Do we got time? We're getting a thumbs up by the producers over there. Let's go ahead and drop those championship standings. You can see those top 8 all knotted up with 6,000 points as we watch that 14 of Crank Bell cross the line. He's going to go second with his first time lap, tying the time. So look for Bell to improve with his second time lap. He's sitting at the top of the board as far as that championship chase grid is concerned. There you can see the rest of the drivers all falling in line. Tom Richter, Dave Sanders, Trevor Ryan, Colby Tucker, all out of the championship hunt. They'll battle it out for the best of the rest. Look at the battle back behind them. David Rogerson, Patrick Stein, Mike Grandy Sr., Mike Stiverson, Paul Turner, even Eric Anderson in the 43. They're all knotted up with each other as Bell goes faster, but he only gets to second. Christopher Dean, he's gonna take the top of the speed charts. What a time for him as we go high above the tracks. It looks like most of the drivers have completed their qualifying attempts. In the 2 of Christopher Dean, gonna snatch the pole position here tonight. 32.87 on the stopwatch. That's gonna match Dalton's fast time in happy hour, but it needed to be done in qualifying. Christopher Dean gonna walk away with the pole position, and we're gonna break for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
back track side after the national anthem, and drivers already rolling off of pit road set to get things fired off here tonight to begin the round of 8 with the bells ringing in the background. You know the tunes, you know the sounds. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series at Homestead Miami Speedway. Christopher Dean, fastest in qualifying. He'll sit at the top of the speed charts. Crank Bell to his outside. Back in row 2, Tom Richter. In Coleridge, Fenmore, Andrew Koska, Mike Stiverson. Back in row 3, row 4, Jason Dalton, Cody Richardson. How about Dave Sanders and Andrew Caldwell? Back in row 5, row 6 is Jerry Isaacs and David Rogerson. Back in row 7, looking a little something like this, Eric Anderson, Bob Rogerson. There's Chris Wool back in 16th. Pace truck down and away, and green flag flies once again here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Back down into turn 1. These drivers double file. Whoa, Koska, a little bit of a moment back there in the 5th position, struggling. Now the 20 looks to the high side. Big moment. Drivers going around down on the backstretch. Jason Dalton involved. The 22 back across the track and absolutely pancakes the side of that machine. That is going to be rough sledding from here on out for him. Looks like Dave Sanders also involved in that one. There you see Sanders coming off of the corner, still smoking, back up the speed, back at the front of the field, though, as we stay green flag racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Christopher Dean, pole sitter, leads Crank Bell. Tom Richter right there battling with Coleridge. Fenmore on the outside, looking for that 3rd position over Richter. He's going to grab that as they head back to turn number 3. Richter, Fenmore, Stiverson, and Koska all chasing down your pole sitter, the deuce of Christopher Dean. Top spot, Crank Bell not letting him get away. Big wiggle off of turn 2 down the backstretch. Bell's going to look to capitalize. Fenmore able to solidify that 3rd spot. Richter going to slide in line behind him, trying to follow the tire tracks of that Fast 1 machine for just a moment. And what a turnaround for those two drivers. What a different circumstance 1 year later. Last season, when we opened up the round of 8, it was the one of Fenmore, who was no longer in the championship hunt. That one looking to get the energy bomb. That's right, you can see the Rowdy Energy sponsorship on the hood, Monster Energy on the side. He is absolutely amped up, ready to go, and he's looking for a championship. His hopes and dreams still alive. Tom Richter, last season's champion. Well, there he is, right behind Fenmore, but he is no longer a part of the championship hunt. Look for these two drivers to continue to mix things up. They've mixed things up for the past 4 or 5 handful of races, so look for that battle to still go on. With Richter nothing to lose, you might want to tiptoe through the tulips when you're running around that Cheerios Hamburger Helper 34 machine. Everybody single file back from there. Look around the track, back to the front for the battle. Here's a 3-car battle. Trevor Ryan involved in this one. There's Andrew Caldwell looking to the inside in that Sirius XM sponsored 46 machine. He's looking for a spot on Andrew Koska, who sits back in the 7th position. We do apologize, a little bit of a graphic glitch there. Continue to watch. How about Cody Richardson? This driver went to victory lane very early. Oh no, actually, I apologize. Yes, he did. Richardson went to victory lane. I believe the opening race of the season has yet to go back to victory lane, but he's been the quiet competitor, if there was such one. Just very quietly making his way in the championship chase. Very consistent in that round of 12, opening up the championship run this season, and he's found a way. into the round of 8. His championship hopes and dreams still alive. You could see just off in front of him, Tom Richter able to get back by Coleridge Fenmore, but more importantly, how about the lead change at the front? Craig Bell going to take the top spot for the first time here tonight. That's going to give us our second race leader of the night. One lead change, still caution-free so far. Gonna jump back from the track just a little bit, see what we can see if we see any more battles brewing. How about Chris Wold? He's battling with Trevor Ryan, gonna take that 11th spot away. Bob Rogerson in that 78 Mustang just off in front of them, as now Wold goes side by side. Once again, Ryan to his high side. You can see the difference right there. Let's see if we can cue that camera work up. There it is. Let's keep an eye on this one. Jerry Isaacs, he's up in the mix as well in that 51 machine. Look for him to put his Toyota up a little bit further through the running order right now, dominated by the bow ties at the front Chevys 1 through 7. And there you go. That was a shot, race fans, for you at home, showing you just what this progressive banking really is like. You see 4 different lines, 4 different grooves that these drivers went through turns 1 and 2. They were stacked out, fanned, basically stagger stepped the entire track. So there's no real definitive line. There is a quicker line. You just got to find which one works for your car. Some drivers are able to get a little bit of more speed and consistency out of it at the top. Some drivers look for it at the bottom of the racetrack. We stayed clean and green here 11 laps into tonight's 120 lap event in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Back at the front, battle lead change once again between the top 2 drivers. Christopher Dean gonna go back to the point. Drivers gonna make their way towards the back stretch field, still jockeying for position. There you can see all the cars making their way back towards number 3. More beautiful scenery, right? Palm trees in the foreground. You've got the race down the front stretch, heading back to turn number 1, led by your pole sitter, Christopher Dean, back and forth. Second lead change of the night as Dean goes back to the point. Both begin to work their way off of turn number 2 once again and head back down the back stretch. Now look at this. Craig Bell, he's got company here for Richter and Fenmore. Further back through the field, Bob Rogerson battling with Dave Rogerson. 78 and 37 going at it right here. How about this? Bell under fire. Richter to second. Fenmore looking to walk through that open door on the bottom of the speedway. Will he be able to get the grip he needs? Ooh, Richter, a little bit of a slide job off of turn number 2. Speedy slide job. Got to give a shout out to everybody out there in Tulsa, getting it on, laying it down there for the Tulsa shootout. Keep your eyes peeled. Some big NASCAR names out there this week in the shootout. Look for them to be there in the Chili Bowl next week as well. So keep your eyes peeled, all you dirt track racing fans here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. We got a fix coming up for you soon as well. But for now, we got to see which one of these drivers are going to assert themselves and possibly walk away with a race win here tonight and secure, solidify their shot to run for a championship trophy at Phoenix International Raceway here in about, I believe, 4 weeks here. Only 4 races left in the season. I don't believe we'll see another break here after the holiday break that we just went through. And how about this? Cody Richardson, top of the speedway. He's going to look to work his way by Bell. Bell dropping from second all the way back now to 5th after leading a handful of laps. Everybody still chasing your pole sitter there. You can see him That too of Christopher Dean, still the fastest on the track. We do have a few drivers already off of the lead lap. One driver out of tonight's race. It looks like Dave Sanders, Jason Dalton, both involved in that lap 1 incident. Some trouble off of turn 2, and that has caught out both of those drivers, both of those race teams. Dalton still out there trying to just log as many laps as he can. Dave Sanders and the 77 crew unfortunately pushing that car back behind the wall, and it looks like he is going to be down and out, listed as the first retirement of the night. Why do we mention this man right here and the fact that he is still out there on the track turning those laps? Well, that 22 of Jason Dalton, one of those championship 8. So having a bad race is something you do not want, but I would have to say if you're gonna have a bad race in the championship chase in each round, you might want to have it in that opening round. You know what I mean? That first race in that round, giving yourself a little bit better of an opportunity to recover from it. We'll have to see how well the 22 goes here in damage control mode. Now he's just looking to log laps and try to get anything that he possibly can out of the night. Drivers looking to get to victory lane, though. Check this out. Stacked up. It's a 3-car battle at the front of the field. Just about a 10th separating all 3 of these drivers right now. Christopher Dean leads Tom Richter and Coleridge Finmore. All of these drivers have been in since the drop of the green flag inside of the top 5. Big moment for Dean, almost in the wall out of turn 2. That's going to open up the door. Draft help for Richter. Finmore not quite able to clear the 2 of Dean as he gets back on the gas and almost into that outside wall. Can Finmore cut it down enough? No, he's not going to make that pass. Cody Richardson now going by your pole sitter, and Dean drops back to 4th. That's going to give us our third different lead change, third different leader of the night. Now everybody trying to chase down last season's champion, the 34 of Tom Richter. He's looking to tell them all right here with a stamp on the season, a signature race win. I would say this would be for that 34 crew, being eliminated from the playoffs in the first round, in the round of 12. As the defending series champion, what better way to put your stamp back on your name than to walk away with a race win in the opening round of the round of 8, putting drivers on notice that, hey, I may not be walking away with the trophy this season, but you better remember my name, you better remember what I did to you last year, and you better try to beat me, because I've got nothing to lose now. I'm hunting the front, and he's got the top spot. Richter going to cross the line as we begin lap number 23 out of the 120 scheduled in tonight's official race distance here from Homestead, Miami Speedway. Producer saying we'll jump around just a little bit. Let's see what other battles we can see. A little bit different perspective on the battle between the top 4 drivers on track. Richter leads Finmore. Richardson back in 3rd, 4th place is Christopher Dean, rounding out your top 5 to 47 of Andrew Koska. Driver that started outside pole position, the 14 of Craig Bell. He's dropped 4 spots. He's now sitting back in 6th with a 20 of Mike Stuyvesant in the Home Depot machine. Back in 7th, Andrew Caldwell. In 8th, Christopher Wold. Back in 9th and rounding out your top 10, the 78 of Bob Rogerson. Small battles throughout the track. What do you say we go back here? Watch this 3-car battle between the 46, the 20, and the 32. Home Depot 20 machine back at the top of the speedway. The Budweiser Select. I love that black, that matte black with the red Budweiser symbol on the front. It's just beautiful. And slide job out of 2 and wiggle as well. Christopher Wold gonna take away the 8th position for now. Stuyvesant gonna drop back to 9th. Andrew Caldwell, while those two drivers battled, he was able to step away by about a half a second. So the Sirius XM Toyota Camry trying to scoot away from the field. It looks like he's going to be able to do so. 32 easily pulls away from Stuyvesant now after working his way by. Back at the front, Richter and Finmore still going at it. 0.2 of a second separate your top two. Cody Richardson falling off the pace just a little bit. 64 machine dropping off. He's about a second behind Richter now. Timing and scoring says he's dropping off, but looking at the eye here, it looks like he's still within about 2 to 3 car lengths, so well within striking distance should one of your top two drivers have a moment. While we do have a moment, I do want to say thank you to each and every one of you tuning in each and every week. If you haven't already, continue to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back in the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. We want to give a big shout out, thank you, and you're welcome to the title series sponsors, Wheel for Warriors USA. If you haven't heard about them, you hadn't checked them out yet, scroll down in the description right there, click the link, head on right over to their website, find out some great information about a great organization right here. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Located out in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, I do believe to be exact, able to get around the country very easily, sponsoring at-risk veterans by giving them that sense of brotherhood that so many of our veterans seem to be missing in their civilian lives once they leave our military, and a lot of them feeling somewhat left behind, and that is such a sad thing to hear and know, coming from the great men and women that have served and protected our freedoms here. And what better way to give back to them than a great organization like this, who partners with them, mentors, and then stays with them for the course of about a year or so. And at the end of their program, they're given their very own motorcycle. If anybody has driven a motorcycle, or you're an avid rider, you know what it's like once you get back on those 2 wheels. A few of the drivers out there in the field here tonight are motorcycle enthusiasts, and they can tell you very therapeutic. It's been scientifically proven to be therapeutic, and I can't think of a cooler way to support our at-risk veterans than the organization right here, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Go check them out, www.w4wusa.org. Back to the racing at the track. Let's jump a little further back. What do you say? Battle between the Rogerson clan. Hey, what's going to happen? How's it going to go down? The 37 of Dave right there in front of the 78 of Bob Rogerson. So these two, it's a family affair back through the field. 11 to 12 on the speedway. Looks like Bob Rogerson falling back just a little bit. Still going to have a net gain so far here tonight, but falling off. He was inside the top 10. Now the 78 runs in 12. Meanwhile, pole sitter Christopher Dean continuing to struggle with the long run pace. 32 laps in to this opening green flag run, and he has dropped from Grace all the way back to the 4th position. Now looking to get back to the 5th position, looking to get 4th. I apologize on that 47 of Koska. What a corner right there for Koska. Great 1 and 2, and look at him yard Dean. That's going to be at least a 2-car advantage by the time they got off of 2. He's going to close up with a little bit of draft help down the backstretch. Now Koska looks to see if he can't replicate 1 and 2 here in 3 and 4. Opens the gap once again, but not able to break the draft. The 2 will stay in touch. Mike Stiverson gonna head to pit road. Looks like the round of green flag pit stops are now underway. We'll have to see if the pesky pit road police are feeling festive and let a few of these drivers slide, or will anybody be popped with some pit road penalties. We've had a holiday break. Our drivers ready for green flag pit stops. Jump around the track once again back towards the front. The 64 of Cody Richardson trying to chase down Coleridge Finmore. Finmore not letting Richter get away quite yet. But still a half a second advantage for your race leader, Tom Richter. Checking out the 51 of Jerry Isaacs. Isaacs sitting back there in that 12th position. He's going to have some company here very soon. The 89 of Patrick Stein is beginning to close in. The 4 of Paul Turner running that high side, riding the rim here. The Larson line. We've seen it work before. Will it work tonight? For now, the Blue Emu. 89 of Stein looking to crack into the top 10. He sits 13th. But here comes a man with some fresh tires. Mike Stiverson going to grab a little bit of track position with those fresh tires. Wins the rest of the field. Going to come down pit road. Already a 4-lap difference in the tires. Take a look a little further through the field. What do you say up here? Andrew Caldwell, he's got some company. Christopher Wold looking to take the 6th spot away as the 4 of Paul Turner. He's going to peel off the track and down the pit road. 2 drivers already tapping out and wanting some fresh 4 Goodyear tires and trying to lay down some fast laps. You are watching the closest battle on the track here in race number 4 in the championship chase here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Christopher Wold looking for a position, trying to gain a spot from Andrew Caldwell. Caldwell is one of those drivers that has been to victory lane this season. He is also one of your championship 8, so that Camry has what it takes to get the job done. We'll be able to spoil the party and grab a spot or 2 and cost the 46 a couple of points. Patrick Stein to pit road this time around. Crank Bell already on and off pit road for his service. Nobody surprisingly well. There you go. Here comes the parade of drivers down to pit road. Richter and Finmore both peel for their pit stop this time around. That's going to put the field in the hands of Cody Richardson. That's going to be our 4th lead change. 4th race leader so far here tonight. Great battles at the front. Great battles in the middle as Eric Anderson, Dave Rogerson, Bob Rogerson, Jerry Isaacs, and Trevor Ryan. How about Brian Dorsey? Ton of drivers down there getting their pit stops in. Just about 20 laps away from the halfway point here tonight. Now Cody Richardson, he's going to pull off of pit road. Looks like Andrew Caldwell going to call it quits. He's going to head to pit road as well. So we'll go up with the 47 of Andrew Koska, who's going to take the race lead. And I'm right there with you. The fuel mileage is gonna be super close if it ends up staying this way. That may be why we're seeing a handful of these drivers trying to stretch it a little bit further right now. Andrew Koska, Christopher Dean, those are your top 2 drivers Neither of those drivers coming to pit road just yet. Tom Richter back at the point of drivers that have already hit pit lane, so it looks like he will assume the race lead once Koska and Dean decide to come to pit road and end their fuel run. Just look at the speed difference. The 20 of Stuyvesant has been out there for quite a while, and he just absolutely blew the doors off of Koska as the 47 comes down to pit road. Pole sitter back to the point once again. And Dean stretches the fuel further than anybody so far. Does he come to pit road this time by? And there it is, peeling off for pit road. Your pole sitter, the 2 of Christopher Dean, going to give up the race lead. It's going to go back into the hands of this man. There you can see Tom Richter making his way down the backstretch. He's got to come all the way around to get back by Christopher Dean before he takes that top spot. But how quickly will Dean be able to get up to speed and back on the track? Very long pit road exit here at Homestead Miami Speedway. And he is just now in his box, and with ease, Richter gonna grab that top spot back once again, and Dean gonna fall through the field. And how fitting, once again, these drivers have been battling it out with each other over the course of 2 seasons. All over each other, a lot of respect, not a lot of room between this 34 of Richter and the 1 of Finmore. Last year, we know the scenario, we remember the circumstance, both headed into the round of 12 with a shot at a championship. Only one of them left and made it to the round of 8 last season. That was your defending series champion, the 34 of Tom Richter. My, how the tables have turned, seasons and positions swapped from last year. Richter not making the round of 8 this season. Instead, Finmore gonna venture off into the round of 8 all by himself. And here you can see, once again, these 2 drivers on track, right in the vicinity of each other. Finmore sits in second. Everybody chasing your race leader, Tom Richter, in the 34. Back a little further through the field. We'll head back to some battles, give you fans something to talk about. Like we got a number train going on here. Eric Anderson and that Wheels for Warriors USA Turn 343 machine sits in the 7th position. 6th position, 7th, the 46 of Andrew Caldwell. Now the 47 of Koska looks to the bottom of the speedway. He's going to look to take that position away, and looks like he's going to be able to slide up the track. Yes, he is. 2-car length advantage as they cross the line. We begin lap number 48. Out of the 120 on the board for tonight's opening race in the round of 8 for the championship rundown here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. We want to keep you informed of all the battles, so there you can see now these 3 drivers beginning to track down that 14 of Craig Bell. Keep in mind, Bell back to pit road, back on lap number 37, so he's got the oldest tires out of these 4 drivers. The man in front of him, he's got 4-lap older tires. There you can see that 20 of Mike Stuyvesant able to flip the track position, able to get a few spots with an undercut but will he be able to keep the rest of the field at bay? There you can see the 101 of Dave Gainforth. He's going to fall off of the lead lap. Already is one lap down, but he's going to be mixing it up with these lead lap drivers here over the course of the next 5 to 10 laps. So going to be a very busy place. And look at that 47 just drive to the bottom of the track and right around that 14 of Bell. Four-car battle right here. This is where all the action is at, back across the line. Lap 51 now on the board. Koska drops to the bottom of the speedway, and he's going to take those spots away. The 20 of Mike Stiverson now struggles at the top of the speedway. Bell going to get by the 46 Sirius XM. Andrew Caldwell going to get by as well. No, Stiverson's going to fight back for the time being. 43 of Eric Anderson, he's right there ready to pick up a spot as well. Not much to talk about the gap at the front of the field. Tom Richter still keeping that 2 to 3/10 second race advantage over Finmore right now. Finmore with a comfortable second as he's got about 2 seconds over the 64 of Cody Richardson. Andrew Koska sits in fourth in a big battle right here between Caldwell, Bell, Anderson, and Stiverson. The 6 lead changes here tonight amongst 5 different drivers as we have been clean and green all night long. Drop of the green flag 53 laps ago. Little bit of a moment for 2 drivers, but we stayed green flag racing. Drivers with 1 green flag pit stop. And how about the drivers? Show these drivers some love. If you haven't already, go on over there, click that like button, give them a thumbs up, because how about that? Taking a holiday break and able to come back to the track, keep green flag racing conditions all the way through around the pit stop. And then when we look at the stopwatch, nobody caught for any type of penalty, no equipment out of the box, no crew member over the wall too soon, no pit road speeding penalties. Everybody very clean and precise here. First race back to the track for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And that says enough about the talent level in this series. If you want to be a part of the league, and you head on over to the Facebook.com, you can find them on iRacing.com, world's #1 racing simulator as well. Head over to the league directories and type in Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues. Get hooked up with some of the admin teams here with this great league, and you may be able to find yourself in one of their multiple different series. Tons of racing all week long for the Cyber Thunder Racing League, but tonight it's all about the big boys. It's the Cup car drivers here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. We haven't done it yet. Let's go back with a battle. Here you go. I believe your pole sitter is running one of our onboard camera shots. What do you say we jump inside that too of Christopher Dean struggling with a little bit of traffic. He was the last driver on the pit road, so the freshest tires out there. Dean back inside the top 10. He's looking to grab another 2 spots. Can he get by Bell? Can he get by Wold? Fast enough to utilize these fresher tires, and no fight really whatsoever out of that 14 Colonial Riders sponsored machine. Crank Bell still hanging to his outside quarter panel, but not able to fight back on the outside. Dean gonna take the 8th spot away for now. A little further back, we'll take a little look off of the tail end. There it is. Great look back at 2 drivers struggling with a little bit older tires. First 2 drivers on the pit road were Craig Bell and Mike Stiverson, and there you can see them now battling to keep themselves inside the top 5. jump back out of the car, and we'll jump back to the front of the field. What do you say, race fans? Check this out. Do we got a pass for the race lead? No, Richter gonna cut the run off. How about that? This is about to get good. I'm telling you, it's about to go down here, race fans. Things cannot stay this close for this many laps without some contact, without a little bit of an incident. And I'm going over some of the strategy. Let's look at Mike Stiverson. He was on pit road back on lap number 33. If he replicates that, that's going to be lap 66. Then he's going to have to come down at lap 99. That will be more than enough to get him to the end of the race on 3 stops. And then we take a look at, let's go with the driver with the freshest tires out there, the 2 of Christopher Dean. He came to pit road back on lap 43, so he's going to be able to carry this thing right around lap 86 or so, which means he's going to have to pull at least another 40 laps to make it a 2-stop instead of a 3-stop. Is that right? Is that right? Do I got that math right? I believe so, yeah. So it's going to come down to who's got the ability to make it on a 2-stop, or who's going to be forced to a third kind of splash and go, if you will. We'll have to wait to see how it all plays out, how it all runs down just over the halfway point. And I tell you what, race fans, why don't we go ahead and get to that portion of the night when we give you a little bit of driver highlights, spotlights, and your top 5. A rundown here in the mid-race report. Driver sitting at the front of the field, straight out of the great state of Pennsylvania. A lot of great dirt track drivers coming out of there, but he is a great asphalt driver. Tom Richter leads this field. The 34 sits in first. The man right behind him with championship hope still in his sights. The one of Coleridge Finmore looks to take a spot at the table for a championship trophy. Sits in second here tonight. Finmore at the top of the championship chase grid. He's looking to stay there, and he's looking for some hardware tonight. Finmore sits in second. Quiet man this season, but running good. The Blue Ford Illinois Punisher, Cody Richardson, out of the Mad Sim Racing Stables. He's got that 64 machine wound up running well here tonight. He's going to round out your podium drivers, and Richardson needed a solid night here tonight, and he's looking to solidify his chances at a championship trophy. 64 sits in third. A little bit further back through the field, about 4 seconds back from Richardson, you can find this 47 out of Welland, Andrew Koska. Another man, another driver out of that Mad Sim Racing stable. Can Koska have a solid night here tonight? Runs in fourth, started in fifth. He's moving towards the front, slowly but surely. Koska sits in fourth. Driver rounding out our top 5 here tonight. Inside of the Sirius XM46 Toyota Camry, Andrew Caldwell also looks to continue his championship hopes and dreams, having a solid run here tonight. Caldwell sits in fifth. He's got your pole sitter Christopher Dean right behind him with the freshest tires on the track. But let's go back, highlight your biggest mover of the race, getting it done out of Tucson, Arizona. The Cyber Thunder Racing Division Director, Budweiser Select 32 machine, Christopher Wold, up 8 spots. Started back in 16th. He's now in the 8th position. What a run, what a night for the driver and the crew of that 32 machine. Up 8 spots, but I tell you what, why don't we go check that battle out once again? Christopher Dean. We want to stay with Dean for a second here. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt that. Out of the great state of Texas, your pole sitter, Christopher Dean, looking to get himself back inside the top 5, sits in 6th right now, all over the 46 for a top 5 spot. Yeah, and when I was going through that, I was kind of thinking to myself, well, why would you stay out those extra 3 laps? You only need to do 40, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe having those extra, whoa, big moment for the 46 of Caldwell, almost into the outside wall off of turn number 2. I'm not sure how he kept that Camry clean, but he did. That's a close one. And I don't know, maybe Dean's going to employ a strategy here. We've got all these drivers around the 39s, right? So he was able to keep it out there about 4 laps longer. If he's able to do that twice, that means by the end of the race, he's going to have about 8 lap fresher tires, if that makes any sense. So, I mean, he's going to be able to make up quite a bit of time. And he's made up a lot of time, actually, here with these fresh tires. Mike Stiverson, Craig Bell, those drivers were to pit road first, lap 33 and lap number 37, and they have dropped all the way back now to 9th and 10th on the track, so struggling with the late race pace. Once again, are the drivers in that Home Depot 20 machine in the Colonial Riders 14 of Craig Bell. Bell, one of those drivers that we've just seen be very methodical over the course of the past about month and a half here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Just very methodical and consistent driving out of Bell. Was able to capture a race win right there towards the end of the season and solidify his opportunity and chances to run for a championship. Very consistent in those opening 3 races in the round of 12. This is the first time, as I've said, in about a month and a half that we've seen a little bit of struggle for pace out of that 14 driver and crew. Will Bell somehow be able to turn this thing around by the end of the night? Now sits back in 11th. 37 of Dave Ronderson. He makes his way inside the top 10. Continue to watch as Christopher Dean begins to scoot away from Andrew Caldwell. We'll go back to the front with Tom Richter and Cole Ridge Finmore. They still within a half a second of each other. Looks like Finmore may be drafting a little bit here, maybe saving a little bit of fuel, maybe trying to extend his run and change the race strategy for him and his crew chief, Mike Stiverson. He's going to go ahead and peel for pit road this time around. Lap number 73 is when the 20 comes back down to pit road, so we've seen him extend the run as well. He was on pit road 40 laps ago, so he changed his strategy mid-race. Will anybody else have to? Will anybody else need to? We'll have to wait and find out. Man, this is going to get super close. I believe race leader Richter as well as Finmore, they may have to begin to look towards pit road. They may begin to have to eyeball that pit road entry and have to hit pit road here before lap 80. And if they do, man, that's going to put them right into the hands, right into the clutches of Christopher Dean. I think that's what he was banking on. That drivers were going to have to extend this run just a little bit, where he doesn't have to extend anything. He can go out there now from the moment he left pit road. He could go out and hammer down the entire race and not have to worry about the fuel strategy. He's got a lot of ground to make up, though. Over 11 seconds off of the race leader, Tom Richter, who's now starting to really build the gap. Biggest gap that we've seen all night between himself and Finmore. That's going to reach a 6/10 of a second. First time it's been over a half a second, and these drivers going to begin to work their way into some lap traffic. Cody Richardson off in the background. He's trying to chase these drivers down. 2.6 seconds back from race leader Richardson, looking to have a solid night. And again, what a run, what a night here to open up the round of 8 after a holiday break, hitting the tracks hot and heavy, man. I'm telling you, these Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series drivers putting on an absolute clinic on racecraft here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. Clean and green for all 77 laps that are on the board. Richter really beginning to step away now, almost a 1 second advantage over second place runner Cole Ridge. Finmore up at the top of the track. That's the 89 Blue Emu, Patrick Stein. First driver one lap down, sitting in the 14th position. We've got 13 left on the lead lap. We have got ourselves just about 43 laps remaining. We're on the downhill side. And Finmore well off pace. He dropped almost a half a second there in turns 1 and 2. Is Finmore out of gas? He continues to drop pace. Richter gonna go by pit road. Finmore by pit road. Was it just lap traffic getting in the way? Mike Stuyvesant able to get by Dave Gainforth. That's gonna be for 16th position now. And I mean, if you're Richter, that's what you want. You want a little bit of breathing room. You want yourself a buffer zone. The 4 machine of Paul Turner, he's down 2 laps. You can let him go by here. He's still 1 lap down. You've still got to make your pit stop. So all he's going to be able to do is pull even a little bit of a moment on the front stretch. You can see him recovering. The 51 of Jerry Isaacs looks like he's going to drop a spot. Looks like he may drop a lap here. Crank Bell to pit road. He's going to lose a lap. Dave Rogerson also losing a lap with his pit stop. So here we go. This is where they make it or break it. The money stop coming now. How soon will the race leaders hit pit road? Lap traffic battling in front, and Richter's had enough. He's going to pull to pit road. Here comes Finmore. We'll keep our eye on pit road entry. Whoa, 64 Richardson. Oh, my gosh. Ton of time lost. Oh, and backs it up into the other side of pit wall. Ooh, 43 of Eric Anderson almost into the back of him. That's going to cost him big as Andrew Koska takes the top spot. Now he'll go back to the point once again. That's going to be our 8th different lead change of the night amongst 5 different drivers. No pesky caution flags to speak of. And again, this is the money stop. This is where you have got to be on it. You cannot afford to drop the ball. You cannot get a pit road penalty now. Looks like this thing may go green flag to flag. And drivers are not going to have that opportunity to be saved by the flag. Is what I like to call it. Drivers sometimes hoping, wishing, needing a caution flag to fly. But I don't think we're going to see one of those tonight, as now the 47 going to go ahead and pull it down to pit road. Jerry Isaacs in his Camry also to pit road. Here comes Christopher Dean. And that's going to change up the strategy for Dean. He's going to come to pit road about 3 laps before he needed to. Switching the strategies. I mean, he's going to have more than enough to get to the end of this thing. Just interesting to see these drivers play these different strategies here on this 1.5 mile long paperclip. It's a Super Martinsville with some great banking, in my opinion. Homestead Miami Speedway never ceases to have great races. And here we go once again with Richter back in the front. He's got Finmore all over him. Finmore has yet to lead a lap here tonight. So trying to keep Finmore from grabbing a point is Richter. It's just all a matter of whether he's going to be able to. Hard look to the inside. Now goes that one machine, and it looks like he's going to not have it at the line. Officially, it's going to go to Richter, but now Finmore forcing it on the bottom of the racetrack. Will it be enough? No, on the outside. Richter going to keep it wound up. He'll pull to the high side and keep the top spot. Halfway down the backstretch, Finmore tucks back in line. Back in line off of the corner exit. They'll head down towards turn number 1. Stacked up, ready to go. Finmore at the top this time by Richter at the bottom. They'll stay side by side through the corner. Off of turn number 2, coming down the backstretch. Looks like Finmore does have the power, and he's going to complete the pass. Grabs the top spot for the first time here tonight. Coleridge, Finmore puts that one machine at the top of the speed. That's going to be our 6th different race leader, 10th different lead change, and did he get it done when he needed it the most? Let's get you up close. Woo, coming right at you. Race leaders, right there they go. Coleridge, Finmore now leading to Nebraska. Back in 3rd, Mike Stuyvesant in 4th, Christopher Dean back in 5th. Some system rattling, head shaking action right there, up close and personal, coming right at you, right through your screens. Great night of racing here in Homestead, Miami Speedway for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, and keeping it at the top spot now. He's going to be the one defending the runs. Coleridge, Finmore with the top spot, but he's got Richter right behind. Don't want to step away from the battle for the race lead, but Christopher Wold and Dave Rogerson, they were going at it momentarily for the 9th and 10th position on the track. Eric Anderson, Cody Richardson going at it right now as we speak. That's going to be 7th and 8th on the speedway. Christopher Dean starting to close in on Mike Stuyvesant as well. Look for Dean to try to grab that 4th spot away. And I'm telling you, some great racing action all over this track here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway to open up the round of 8 here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Championship Chase. Season number 2. It's all on the line. 8 drivers left for the hardware. And Finmore looking to match Frank DiMaggio in the win column with a 4th race win right when he needs it in the championship chase. That will put him automatically into the Final 4. Can Finmore go ahead and punch his ticket to the final round here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway on the Turn 3 Racing Network? How you doing? How you feeling if you just joined us? We're 90 laps into this 120-lap event from Homestead Miami Speedway. Clean and green all race along. 6 different race leaders, 10 lead changes, and we've got a hot and heavy battle at the front. Just 2 tenths separate your top 2 drivers. Finmore, Richter going at it. More drivers going at it throughout this field. There you can see another battle. Mike Stuyvesant, Andrew Caldwell going at it. 5th and 6th on the speedway. No battle there with 10 lap fresher tires. Andrew Caldwell gonna make short work of that Home Depot 20 piloted by Mike Stuyvesant. Eric Anderson, Cody Richardson, they're going at it. 64 and 43. Having great racing action past 2 laps. These guys have been all over each other. This is for 7th and 8th on the speedway. Richardson Really utilizing that high side, making it work for him. He's going to drop to the bottom, though, in 3 and 4. That's going to open up the high side for Eric Anderson. A little bit of a wiggle out of that Wheels for Warriors USA Turn 3 sponsored number 43 machine. That Chevy struggles just a little bit on that high side. You can see that wiggle. There's the 20 of Stuyvesant struggling after coming to pit road over 20 laps ago. And he's going to have a big ask on the tires. I'm not sure he's going to make it to the end, race fans. I think he's going to have to stop for fuel at least one more time. So the fuel strategy just not panning out, not working out for the driver inside of that 20 car tonight. Richardson and Anderson going at it still. And this is some playoff implications right here. Cody Richardson in those top 8 drivers still vying for a championship. Where the 43 of Eric Anderson not looking for any type of season hardware. He's just looking for some race hardware. So what do you do if you're that 64? How hard do you race a driver that is not in the playoffs? That if something goes awry, well, that could spell the end of your championship hopes. Battle continuing to play out. Battle at the front, still hot and heavy. Back to your race leaders. Coleridge, Finmore, Tom Richter right there trying to chase him back down. Looks like for now, Richter does have the most laps led award in his back pocket. Still a very long way to go. If Finmore can lead from here on out, he's going to come up about 7 or 8 laps short. So it does indeed look like Tom Richter going to walk away with the most laps led here tonight. But we all know the old saying. We all know the old cliche. It doesn't matter how many laps you do lead, as long as you lead the last one. With a chance to win the race at Rockingham. That's when the proverbial nail in the coffin came for that 34 machine. He dominated at Rockingham for about half of the race or more. We'd have to go back and get an exact lap count, but I do believe he was right there, almost walked away with the most laps led award that night. Late race trouble spelled big trouble for the playoff hopes for Richter. That put him in a must-win situation 2 weeks ago when we headed to the Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a host of the cutoff race, third race in the round of 12. And Richter needed a race win, was only able to bring the car home in the 4th position, and that brought him just shy of making it into the round of 8. So a lot of determination, a lot of hunger inside of that 34 machine. He is your defending series champion, but he will be champion no more. Are we seeing a passing of the torch? Coleridge Finmore looks to solidify his name here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series with a championship performance tonight, and head off with a chance for the championship trophy in another 3 weeks. Keep your eyes peeled. It's gonna get good as we head for the run at Phoenix International Raceway to crown a champion. Less than 25 laps remaining here tonight. Just about at that 100 lap in reserve mark, and there you can see that 20 of Stuyvesant. He has to come to pit road. Was not going to make it on fuel. And what's going to happen back behind him? Look at the timing and scoring here, race fans. 13.8 seconds between Finmore and Dean. Oh, contact between Richter and the 78 of Bob Rogerson. Rogerson a little more contact with the outside wall. Now Finmore stretches his legs. Almost a half a second advantage over Richter as they head back to turn 1. Back off of turn 4, just 19 laps now remaining. Drivers have crossed that 100 lap threshold. It is all downhill from now. And who's going to get it done? How's it going to go down here? Does anybody have anything to dethrone Finmore at the front of this field? Or will he punch his ticket early and not have to worry about the monkey wrench being thrown at everybody when we hit the track for the first time in 2022? That's right, we'll kick off the second race in the round of 8 at Iowa Speedway, a short track coming at drivers. That's going to be a crazy one. I predict that one's gonna produce some mad drivers, and then we'll head up north to finish off the round of 8 at Michigan International Speedway. So some great racing action coming up towards the tail end as we begin to wrap up season number 2 here with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, and we will end the Season 2 championship hunt at Phoenix International Raceway. But first, we've got 17 laps remaining here tonight. Coleridge Finmore leads this field. Tom Richter back in second. Andrew Koska in third. Fourth place to Christopher Dean. And Andrew Caldwell rounds out your top 5. Up close camera shot there of the monster bomb. Of the energy bomb, I apologize. The Rowdy Energy Monster Energy sponsored number 1. There you can see that green contender banner draped on the windscreen and the rear deck lit across the spoiler. Finmore looks to spoil the show tonight. Looks to walk away with his 4th checkered flag of the season and solidify his spot in the championship. For he will punch his ticket and guarantee a shot at the big boy trophy. Will he get the job done? Tell you what, let's jump back here with this battle of brewing. Cody Richardson, Christopher Wold going at it 7th and 8th on the speedway. They'll try, or Wold will try, I should say, his best to get up and around and by. Back down to the turn 3 goes this group of drivers. Everybody having back 2, 3, and 4. Back down the front stretch to cross the start and finish line. 14 laps to go. Great pass by Wold. What a pass coming off of turn 4 for Christopher Wold in that 32 Budweiser Select machine. There you can see those drivers going by. This time on around down the backstretch. Here they come at you once again. Love when we get to those up close and personal camera shots just like that. Christopher Wold already able to step away and gap the drivers behind him. We'll head back up towards the front of the field. Coleridge Finmore still leads the race. He's opened it up to just over a half a second as he begins to run down the man that led a handful of laps, sat in the outside pole position at the drop of the green flag. The 14 Colonial Riders sponsored machine of Craig Bell just struggled with a long run pace here tonight. You can see him now rounding out the top 10, but doing all he can for his pride to stay on the lead lap. And how much will Bell really push this issue? He's going to have a good points night here tonight, finish inside the top 10, and there you can see, not going to fight it too hard. He'll keep it wound up at the top of the speedway, though. Richter, great draft off of the back end. He's going to close right on in on Finmore, and what about the draft there? Check that out. Looked like, oh man, I'm telling you, we're going to have a 3-car train here. This ain't over at the front. A little bit of house cleaning for you here tonight. First time we've had some house cleaning opportunities as we cross the line with just 10 laps to go here from Miami Homestead Speedway. Started with 20 drivers on the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 17 out there on the track, but just 9 left on the lead lap. David Rogerson listed as the last driver on the lead lap. Craig Bell right there falling to the wayside behind your top 2 drivers. He's going to be listed in the lucky dog position should we have a late race pesky caution flag. If you're just coming in and joining us on the tail end of tonight's race, we have been clean and green every single lap here tonight. Out of this 120-lap scheduled event, just 9 laps remaining. 6 different race leaders, 11 different lead changes here tonight. 0 caution flags on the count. What a way to kick things off in the round of 8. What a way to finish things off on the 2021 part of season number 2. I can only imagine what we're going to kick things off with at Iowa Speedway when we hit the track for the first time in just 1 week's time in 2022 for the first time, January 5th. Mark it down on your calendars. Tell you what, if you haven't already, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and support. Drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell, and you won't need that calendar. You'll get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say, hey, what's up, man, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe even one of the sponsors stopping through. We do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by. Big shout out to title sponsor Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Back across the stripe, race lead now a half a second. Big gap back to Andrew Koska, over 10 seconds. And not able to make up really any ground has been Christopher Dean, your pole sitter here tonight. Led a handful of laps in the early going. He struggled for late run speed as well. Dean got well off strategy, tried to put the strategy back on par, but unfortunately it just has not worked out for him. Pole sitter sitting back in the 4th position as we've got the high 5. How you doing? 5 laps to go here at Homestead. No real battles to speak of as we are winding things down here in the opening race of the round of 8 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Finmore gonna lead them off of turn 4 with 4 laps to go. Tom Richter right there dropping off a little bit of pace lap after lap, just a little bit slower last time around. Lost a 10th that lap. And it looks like Finmore all but has this one in the bag. Whoa, Richter way up the track. Looked like he was trying something on the high side, and he may have found something on the high side. Unfortunately, it wasn't speed. It may have been the outside wall, the 34 Cheerios Hamburger Helper. The sponsored Chevy Camaro with a little bit of trouble trying to force some more speed out of the car, and it just wasn't there. Way up the track, lost a ton of ground. And Finmore looks like he may have an easy ride here to the checkered flag. Gonna work his way off of turn number 4. Gonna get the popsicle sticks for the boss man in the flag stand. Great upstate. Al Smith gonna pull the flag duties here tonight. Earl Tightly down there in that iRacing pace truck. He's had a sleepy night. Somebody go knock on the window, see if Earl's still breathing down there. Haven't seen that truck move all night long. I do want to take a moment to also recognize some of the admins out there tonight. Josie Bones pulling some admin duty here. Jason Castle, great medic staff here in the infield care center. Some overseas partners coming in with the white flag. The final lap. Getting it done here tonight. Coleridge Finmore, just 2 corners to go. He'll work his way off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch for the first time, or last time. Down into turn number 3, 1 more corner to go. Finmore gonna come off of turn number 4, head across the line, and for the first time in the chase, Finmore gets to victory lane. Tom Richter gonna walk away with second. And how about this? Ooh, at the end, able to grab a couple of spots. Christopher Dean gonna walk away with the final podium position. Your pole sitter gonna walk away with third here tonight. Great run at the end for that 2 machine. But how about that performance out of that Energy Bomb, Rowdy Energy Monster Energy, sponsored number 1 of Finmore. What a run. Great race win. There you can see a little bit of love tap of show of, I don't want to necessarily say appreciation, but recognition there for a job well done by a fellow chase competitor. Crank Bell going to give him a little bit of a love tap, and there you can see Finmore heading to the front stretch for the smoke show. He's going to spin it around and burn it down for all the race fans in the stands. Packed house once again, sold out crowd, and we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, get things set up for the post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of another great night of racing action here in the Cyber Thunder Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Man, what a run. Man, what a night. Let's see if we can't head a little bit closer to the track and have a few words with one of the drivers that walked away in a podium spot. Let's see if we can't dial up the two of Christopher Dean. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy, my man? Hey, buddy, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid run for you? Good points night. Walked away with the pole position, able to snatch away the final spot on the podium at the end of this thing. So how you feeling after a solid run?
Was qual up front and get a top 5, to keep the points good. And man, after I had the short run speed, but I fell off on the long run speed in that first run and had to back it up a little bit in the second run, and so I slowly figured out the long run and then was able to actually run down Andrew. It was like 4 seconds ahead of me there at the end.
Yeah, we noticed a big difference on the fuel strategy there. You extended that first run, and then you kind of backed up that second run. Do you think if you had extended that one as well that you might have been able to run down those top 2?
I don't think I could have ran them down. I think if we had a late caution, I think I definitely had the short run speed to beat anybody in the field. But overall, just regular pace, I think those top 2 were class of the field tonight.
Well, Christopher, I hate to inform you, but the presents were handed out last week. Christmas is over, man. You couldn't get that yellow flag gift, man. I apologize.
Yeah, that'd have been nice.
Well, man, nonetheless, solid night for you and your crew. As we said, walking away with the pole position here tonight, walking away with the final spot on the podium. So before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the week before the new year reset, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous? Think anybody back home in the great state of Texas?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my family. Shout out to Wheels for Warrior. Shout out to my sponsor. If you go to Instagram, it's @RedSimDesign. He's an awesome artist, and thanks to my team.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on closing out 2021 with a great run and a great showing here at Miami Homestead, or Homestead Miami Speedway. I apologize. I'm dyslexic sometimes, but we'll move right along. Heck of a job, heck of a year so far. We'll see if you can keep it going and walk away with some hardware when we get to Phoenix.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there you have it. Driver walking away with the pole position here tonight, walking away in third as well. Inside that Red Sim Design, walking away in third, the 2 of Christopher Dean. That's going to move us right along to the man that finished just in front of him. Let's see if we can't talk to our good buddy inside that 34. Tom, it's Dave. You got your ears on?
Cheerio.
Cheerio. Well, that's what's on the front of the car, my man.
Yeah, how you doing, Dave?
Doing good. It's not Indy, so I don't have any milk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no milk in Indy last week, and no checkered flag this week. Came up just a little bit short, hey?
Well, Tom, let's address the elephant in the room, if you will. Last year's season champion, you missed the round of 8 this year. So close on walking away with a couple of race wins here in the chase. How are you and the team dealing with it, and how are you approaching the rest of this championship chase?
You know what, Dave? I was talking to you earlier, as much as you want to go out there and you want to win the championship because that's indicative of a good season and being able to piece together every single piece of the season, right? Being eliminated in the round of 12 allows me just to come out here and not worry about points, not worry about where Coleridge or Chris or Crank or any of these guys are running, and I can kind of go off on my own. And, tonight there wasn't much that we could have done on the terms of strategy, being that there was no cautions. But that kind of takes the stress off of it. So I'm just out here for the next however many weeks just to come out here, have fun, try to lead as many laps as I can. And you lead laps, you're eventually going to find your way into victory lane at some point.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, you found victory lane one time so far this season. We'll see if you can't get back to victory lane when we kick things off in the new year. But nonetheless, finishing out 2021 with a solid run, second place here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. So before we let you go for the final time here in 2021, Tom, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or in the shop?
Yeah, Dave, it's crazy to think that we're closing out another season in another couple of weeks, and want to thank you for always being here, and Turn 3 for coming on board these past 2 seasons and really elevating our game and our league. So thank you to you for doing that, and all the guys that you've sent over here to step in and help. Thank you to the admin team and the leadership team over here, Crank, Mike, Chris, Dave, Cody. These guys help make Cyber a great place to be, and great place to be. You're talking about what we just do, 120 laps under green here with no cautions. Great job by all the drivers. And then finally, but most importantly, I also want to give a huge shout out to Jesse and Craig over at Wheels for Warriors. They're the men behind the mission that's allowing us to come out here, be on Turn 3, and really support a great cause, and hope they have a great and prosperous 2022.
Absolutely, man. Big shout out to those guys over at the Wheels for Warriors USA. Great guys, great organization. I couldn't have said that part better. Once again, Tom, it's been a pleasure this year, and we'll see how you do in 2022. Let's see if we can't go ahead and knock out that race win early when we hit the track at Iowa next week. What do you say?
I say it's a long shot, but we'll try it.
Yeah, we like long shots. That's where you get the best betting odds, right?
That pays the most.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the great run, and I wish you a happy new year, and we'll see you at the track.
Same to you. Stay safe.
All right, there you have it. Tom Richter walking away. He's second here tonight. Led the most laps, but not the last lap. That belongs to this man right here, the guy with all the energy, walking away with his fourth checkered flag. Let's see if we can dial up your race winner. Coleridge, it's Dave in the booth. You got me?
I got ya.
Hey, my man. Finishing the year off with a race win. You think you can open up the year with a race win as well next week?
I don't know. I like the schedule, so possibility.
All right. We'll go with that one. Well, let's talk about this real quick. Turnaround in seasons for you. Last season, you were out of the championship by the time we got to the final race. With tonight's race win, you're in that Final Four. How good does it feel to know that you've got a shot at the big hardware at the end of this season?
Well, I'm excited, but at the same time, I got a little bit of work to do. I feel good about these next couple of weeks, but the main focus will be on Phoenix here in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, all the preparations going to that.
Now, walk us through tonight's race. You and Tom in that 34 crew, you and him, you went back and forth. You followed him for the vast majority of the night. When did you decide, you know what, it's time to go, it's time to put the hammer down? And how fun or great was that battle all night long?
Oh, it was super fun all night long, right from start to end, racing under a second with Tom the whole race. Yeah, after the third pit stop, I knew it was time to go, because if I sat behind him too long, I wasn't going to have a shot to get back past him. So great racing with him. That was super fun. Yeah.
Yeah, great racing all night long. As we said, you two battled it out lap after lap after lap, green flag pit stops and all. Heck of a job by you and your crew, able to grab that top spot and walk away with the checkered flag and secure your spot in the championship four. So before we let you go and celebrate the night away in this race win, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
I want to start off by thanking Wheels for Warriors and the program they have. They do a great job. I want to thank you, Dave, in the booth. I want to thank my underdog teammates who finished 6th and 7th tonight. So we had a good night. And, yeah, everyone else who's watching out there, thanks.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on closing out 2021 with a race win, and we'll see if you can open up 2022 with a race win as well.
I hope so. Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Finmore back to victory lane. That's going to be his 4th win on the year. He's going to close out 2021 here with a race win. Will he be able to do it again when we hit the track next year in 2022, January 5th? Mark it down on your calendars. It's going to go down short track in the Heartlands. That's right, Iowa Speedway on tap. That's going to be one heck of a night. And you can hear already producers hitting those buttons. You know the tunes. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the checkered flag inside the one machine, Coleridge Finmore. Second place here tonight belongs to the 34 of Tom Richter. Rounding out your podium drivers will be the 2 of Christopher Dean. Andrew Koska back in 4th, rounding out your top 5. The 46 of Andrew Caldwell. Back in 6 is Eric Anderson. 7th place, the 32 of Christopher Wold. 64 of Cody Richardson back in 8th. 9th tonight belongs to the 37 of David Rogerson. And rounding out your top 10, the Colonial Rider sponsored 14 machine of Crank Bell. Jerry Isaacs gonna finish tonight's race from Homestead Miami Speedway back in 11th, 12th place to Trevor Ryan. Mike Stiverson back in 13th, 14th to Bob Rogerson. Brian Dorsey back in 15th, 16th tonight to the 101 of Dave Gainforth. Paul Turner brings the 4 home in 17th and sliding home in 18th. The 89 Sirius XM machine piloted by Patrick Stein. 19th, early trouble here tonight for the 22. Jason Dalton's championship hopes begin to go on the chopping block. He'll walk away 19th, and rounding out the running order here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway, the 77 of Dave Sanders. That's going to be it for us here tonight. That's going to be it for the year. We're going to wind up the cords and get ready to go next week at Iowa. Join us when we hit the track. Once again, some great short track racing action coming up. It is going to go down. It's going to get hot and heavy. Who's going to punch their tickets to join Finmore in the championship for? We'll have to wait and see. But until then, join us in that quest to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. And for the final time here this year, as always, stay safe. Stay loved, my friends, and until next year, we'll meet you in Turn 3.